Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me. It's another kind of get to know me video almost today. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you will know that I vlog about lifestyle, fashion, beauty, you know, anything that I'm doing will go into the blog normally. And this is a video that I've been meaning to film for probably over a year actually. With it being, well, when I'm filming this coming up, it's Cancer Day, and I plan to put this one live on National Cancer Day just so I can share with you my experience and hopefully help other people that might be going through it, or you might have a relative or a friend that's going through it and just kind of want to know a little bit more, you know, about how it affects you, how it affects your loved one. Originally the idea for this video was going to be sort of 1 year on, but it's actually over 2 years now. It's actually since the end of my treatment. I finished on the 1st of December 2016. So it's what, 2 years, 2 months, 3 months, 2 years, 3 months. And it is one of those videos that I kept putting off because you kind of almost don't want to be thinking about it all the time, even though, you know, it's always there, it's always at the back of your mind every day. Yes, it perhaps gets a little bit easier, but it never goes away. And you know, I try not to let it overtake things, because in a weird way it's not won, but it's still got a grip on you, and I don't want it, although it obviously is changed my life, I don't want it to be controlling me ultimately for the rest of my life. So what I did when I planned to film this video was I asked for questions. So I'm going to work my way through those. Where are you health-wise compared to where you thought you would be at the beginning? You kind of don't really know where you're going to be when the treatment's finished. You, or myself, I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, but I couldn't see past the next day almost. I didn't want to plan ahead because you almost feel like you're tempting fate by looking to the future. So you kind of just go through it thinking, oh, this is another one over. Health-wise, you hope, obviously, that it's going to be gone in a year's time. So I think, yeah, you know, from where I am now, from at the beginning, I hoped I would be back to the way I was before, the person I was before. Physically, I think, as I've mentioned in other videos, I don't feel I've got the energy I had before the treatment. Chemotherapy, and again, it's different for everybody because it's tailored to your specific cancer. It really does wipe you out. It wiped me out in terms of fatigue, and I don't think I've ever got the energy levels back that I had before. And fitness as well, obviously I kept mobile, I kept doing some gentle exercise, as they say. I was still doing some jogging during chemo, the early part of it, just to, you know, just keep that fight going in me. But about halfway through I had to stop that. And yeah, I joined the gym recently and I have found it hard. Even 2 years later, I haven't regained my fitness levels, I don't think. I mean, again, that might be personal to me. What else is there physically? Yeah, obviously the tablets. the tamoxifen that I'm on have caused some weight gain, as has my whole attitude really. It's the old kind of saying, life's short, have the chocolate kind of thing. So it's finding that balance, and I am trying to eat a little bit healthier recently, as my other videos will show, which I'll link below if you haven't seen my Get Healthy With Me videos. Other than that, you can't really see the scars. My hair's not as long because it's taken this long to grow to this length. Next question. Are you disappointed, or is your health better than you'd hoped for? It's kind of the same thing, I guess, as the last question. Yes, I'm a little bit disappointed in my fitness levels and the fact that I've put on a little bit of weight, but you know, I have to be thankful that I'm here and it was treatable, and you know, the reconstruction is better than what I had before. Every cloud in that. What / who has helped you most over the last couple of years? It's been a combination of people, I would say, and the dog. Bless the dog. It sounds strange, but just knowing that this little person, or this little this little life is there that needs you to carry on because it depends on you. I mean, I guess it's the same if you've got a kid, isn't it? Come on, Tanya. So yeah, the dog got me through it. But when we're talking about people, obviously, my ex-husband, I guess, he had his own way of getting me through it. You know, he sort of did some research into the treatment side of it early on. In terms of recovery, he's not the most sympathetic person. He's more of a come on, get on with it kind of thing. So in some ways, maybe that attitude, you know, you need somebody like that. I don't know. I guess I really wanted to feel strong within myself, you know, for me, and to fight it. But I also wanted somebody to wrap me up in cotton wool and tell me everything was going to be okay. My mum was obviously always there for me when I was going through chemotherapy and treatment, doing what mums do, making you food and checking you're okay, that kind of thing. And my brother and my sister-in-law were obviously there for me as well. And I think, obviously my niece as well, but I think, you know, you have to get yourself through it, and you know, there's a lot of, you tend to hear the bad stories, not the good. So, you know, there are good stories out there. I read some books from people that have gone through it, and you know, just knowing that somebody else is feeling the same feelings as you was helpful. I read a book and I remember reading it and actually crying, because I thought, you know, you feel like you're the only person that feels that way, and so it is a relief to read that somebody else, you know, felt it too. You know, you have your treatment, but you're still emotional. Next question. Who do you think could have done more? Ooh. That's a difficult one to answer. I think I kind of answered that in the last one. And there are people that were in my life when I was going through it who I thought were friends, or I counted as friends, and they disappear. I think it separates those who are your friends, real friends, and there's those that actually don't know how to deal with it. So, you know, they kind of almost disappear as well, because they don't know what to say. And if you're in that situation with somebody, I would just say, just be there for them. Just listen, or say to them, look, I don't know what to say. You know, because you can't change it, but just being there and actually saying, look, I don't know what to say to you. I can't make it right, but I'm here. You know, somebody saying that to me would have meant the absolute world, but it was very few and far between the people that did actually say that. And there are people that I thought would be there that weren't, and that hurt. You know, you have to forgive and move on, but to this day I still think, you know, why didn't you keep in touch, kind of thing. Even people that I worked with, I seemed to go off work to have the operation, start the treatment, and then I heard from a couple at the start, and then it was like nothing, and that hurt because I felt like people weren't bothered. But then when I did see them, you know, they were all sort of making a fuss. And I genuinely think people don't actually know what to say. So, yeah, that's how I wish people had handled it differently sometimes. Next question. You hardly mentioned your cancer treatment at the time you were having it. Do you still think that was the right thing to do, or do you wish you'd been more open? No, I still think that was the right thing to do. For me personally, again, obviously you do whatever works for you if you're going through it. I didn't want people to see me differently, basically. I mean, obviously people I worked with, family, obviously they would have to know. But other than that, I mean, sort of on social media and people that I didn't work with every day, I didn't tell, because I didn't want sympathy. I didn't want people saying, oh, you're so brave, because, you know, you don't have a choice. Are you brave? You just survive, really. You survive the next day, the next appointment, because what's the alternative? You'd also cut out a lot of the, you know, I knew a person who had this, and I knew a person, because everybody's got a story. I did wear a wig. I used to put a hat on over it this time. Luckily, I could wear like baseball caps or woolly hats or something like that. Before I started the treatment, I thought I was just going to get on with it. I'm going to be one of these people that rocks a bandana. And I did try it, and when I was at home, obviously I'd wear a bandana, but I found that going out, you would get those looks of sympathy. You know, people open the door for you in shops and things like that, but you can see them looking at you going, oh, you know, you poor girl, kind of thing. And I didn't want to lose my identity, so I didn't want people to see me as, you know, the cancer patient. I still wanted to be Tanya, if that makes sense. And, you know, towards the end of the treatment, maybe I should have let people see me as the cancer patient, because I did feel that weak. But no, I didn't give anything away publicly, sort of pretty much everybody, until after I'd finished the treatment. But that's what that was my way of dealing with it, really. Next question. Do you think that working through the treatment helped your recovery, or do you think you should have rested more? It's easier said than done if you're somebody like me that's always got something on their mind. The chemotherapy didn't hit me straight away. I would have the chemo, then I would be fine for a couple of days, and then it would hit me. It's like when it's like killed the cells and things in your body, and then it would wipe me out. And it was like it every time, and every time I said, oh, the next time I'm not going to fight it, I'm going to stay in bed, or I'm going to lay on the settee, watch a box set or something, and just let it do what it's got to do. But every time it came, I was like, no, come on, you've got this to do, you're wasting time. This is your chance to change your life while you're not working. And so yeah, I did fight it, and I don't know, I wanted to achieve something in that time. Did I achieve it? I don't know. Not to the extent that I wanted to. You know, I'm still working on, you know, getting the life that I want. But cancer ultimately changes the way you think and the way you live. So, you know, I would say, again, do what's right for you. But if you can rest, then that obviously helps your recovery. But it's just that my mind was so active still, with the exception of a couple of days where I would literally open the computer, look at it, and nothing. I just couldn't even think straight. And I would just sleep and sleep and sleep. Yeah, I just lost days, basically. Next question. Do you think working through the treatment made you a better, stronger person? I don't think there's an answer to that, really. You know, there are, again, people have different types of chemo, different strengths of chemo, so some people carry on working. Chemo, or the chemo that I had, sort of wiped out your immune system, so there was obviously the risk of mixing with, you know, other people, the public, that you could catch something that your body couldn't cope with. Just even a cold could be lethal for somebody on chemotherapy. But I guess I kind of, working through it kept my mind going, and I guess it did make me feel as if I was stronger. I didn't want to give in to it, I think. So me v cancer, yeah, you know, I was happy that I carried on working to a degree through it. But it's one of those things where I would say, listen to your body, and do what you can do. One of the nurses once said to me, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. If you make a list of 6 things that you want to do each day, expect to maybe take 2 off max, you know. So I kept that in the back of my mind. Work-wise, are you happy or disappointed with what you've achieved in the last couple of years? If you know me, you will know that I am going to say disappointed. I am trying to have a more positive mindset and think about what I have achieved rather than what I haven't. And if you wrote down, you know, I have achieved things, but I'm just not career-wise where I would like to be. So, you know, I would like to be making a living from you know, the blogging and vlogging and social media. I love the presenting, so again, you know, the cancer does make you feel that you want to enjoy life, because you feel like, or I feel like, I'm kind of almost, you know, you're given a second chance, but you also feel like you're a ticking time bomb and you're waiting for it to come back. And that is a real fear, you know, every day. Every twinge, every cough, you know, you're thinking, is this it? Is it back? So with that in mind as well, and you're thinking life's short, you almost feel like you're running out of time to achieve what you want to achieve, do the things that you want to do. As a result, I end up stopping up very late at night, because obviously there's the old saying, you're a long time dead, which probably isn't healthy for me, but I just find that I push myself and I push myself, and I do beat myself up about things that I haven't achieved. But I don't know how I could have changed that, if that makes sense. Has your treatment changed the way you work? I think we kind of answered that in the last one. Yes, it has, because I always feel like it's a race against time. And so that does mess with your mind as well, because when you don't achieve things, or you haven't been to the places you want to go to, it does get you down, and I do sort of get quite depressed about things. And when I'm not achieving things, I do take it really personally. I'm like, I'm not good enough. So yeah, definitely changed the way I work. I do push for things, but on the other hand, there's sides of me that are less confident because of it, and I don't know, tired. You sometimes get tired of fighting, but then there's this inner strength that keeps you going and keeps you motivated, I guess. So, you know, I have got a don't give up mentality, but I can be very up here one minute and very down here the next. And, you know, something can bring me from up here to down there like that. Whether it be a comment or something I see on social media or something like that, you know, I do have to take a breather and get over it, basically. Next question. Has your experience influenced any show you've reviewed? I don't know. I don't think so. I like to be quite impartial when it comes to reviews. If it's banned and it's somebody else, you know, I've always wanted to see, I might be in a better place, you know, mentally, and that might make me feel happier, and so, you know, I feel it's been better. Where do you hope to be in a year's time, both professionally and personally? I would love to be mentally in a better frame of mind, more positive. That's kind of my resolution, not for the new year because obviously it's February now, but from now on to be more positive and not always look on the negative side of things. But you know, after everything, that's easier said than done. But yeah, I would like to be obviously healthy. I would like to have got my energy levels back up, career-wise, you know, there's a saying that if you do a job you love, you never work a day, something like that. I'm not very good with my sayings. But yeah, if I could be doing something I love for a living, you know, like I said before, making a living from the blogging and vlogging and social media, I would just be so happy. I don't long for a mansion, a yacht or anything, you know what I mean? I'm just me. I'm just normal, you know. I just want to be content and happy and earn enough to live, basically. Pay the bills, have enough to go out, go on holiday. Yeah, and then I would be happy. But the most important thing is obviously you can't do any of that without your health. So I am trying to eat more healthily this year, and you know, all you can do is hope. I don't think, you know, any of us know what's ahead, and it's probably a good job we don't really. But whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, I hope I'm happy. So that is the end of this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I know it's not been the most upbeat of videos, but it's something that I wanted to share with you, as I say, in the hope that it can help other people see that there is light at the end of the tunnel when you are going through it. You know, what that diagnosis when you're told that you've got cancer isn't automatically a death sentence. You know, I'm here, I'm alive. You know, you can get through this. If you do have any questions that I've not covered in the video that you want to ask, do pop them in the comment box below, and if I know the answer, I will reply. Obviously I'm not an expert, but I can share my experience with you. But thank you for watching. If you've made it through to the end, good for you. But if you've enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because as I said, you know, I would love to grow this channel, grow the blog, and I can only do that with the help of you people. So again, thank you for watching. It does mean the world to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.